Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Grey Cloud. We're gonna cut up some tofu and deep fry it now. So what you're gonna need is some firm or medium firm tofu. I dry it out with some paper towel so when you deep fry it, it doesn't explode or anything weird. Cut it into some servable pieces. I ended up cutting it in half after, so they were small squares. Pat dry again because the interior is very moist. So as we're letting that dry out, let's get a few other things ready. We're going to need a pot. A small pot would be great. Bring the oil up to about 350 degrees. You don't need to use too much because we can flip it. So to bread these bad boys, we're going to use a few things. Some flour. I added some salt and pepper and garlic. Some panko. Just plain panko. You can add some stuff if you want. And there's an egg. We're going to beat that egg up and then take our pieces, drop it in the flour, and make sure to dredge all the sides and trap in all the moisture, because when you go and fry it, you don't want any of that moisture hitting the hot oil because it'll react and kind of sput everywhere and shoot oil all over the place. It's not very fun. Once you got all of the surfaces nice and covered, all of that moisture will be trapped in. So when you take that, drop it in the egg, do the same thing, make sure to cover all of the surfaces. So when you drop it in the panko, it'll be all sticky and covered to everything. You can pick the panko up and put it on top sometimes, so it'll be a little easier, and you can pat it down. Otherwise, just kind of roll it around. Be a little gentle, because if you scrape at it, it'll take a layer of the panko off, but it should look something like this. So now that you've got these bad boys all breaded up, it's time to drop them into oil. Make sure the oil is very hot when you drop it in, otherwise they won't cook properly. You can use a tool to drop it in, or you can put your fingers in the deep fryer oil like me, because it hurts and I like pain. Once it sits in there for a little bit and gets all cozy, you can use your instrument to try and flip it around. But it looks like there's enough room in this pot for a few more, so I think I'm going to add a few more in here. So we'll let these fry up for a little bit and get our sauce started. So let's take some of this sweet chili sauce, because it tastes good. Spill a little bit because I suck. Let's grab some of this China Lily soy sauce. If you use any other soy sauce, you're a pleb. And then some sesame oil, because it's delicious. Stir that up with your instrument of choice, and you got yourself a pretty neat little dipping sauce. You should feel pretty darn good about yourself right about now, unless you're me and it's 3:30 in the morning. But take your nice crispy tofu and put it on a plate. I use some seaweed there for decoration, but it's not necessary. It was at this point that I realized that I had made a fatal mistake and made too much food, because I live alone and am not that hungry. But here you go.